What if your addiction isn't the problem, but the system you're using to escape it? My name is Ramon, and I was addicted to weed and alcohol for at least 15 years. And in this video, I will show you how you can get rid of your addiction, whether it's weed, porn, sugar, or anything else that's keeping you stuck. I know the struggle. You've told yourself, this is the last time. It works for a couple days and then you relapse again. And it's not because you're weak, but because you don't have a system. You haven't fully transformed in a person who doesn't have to escape anymore. So let me show you how to change that, step by step. So I don't want to waste your time, so let me show you for who this video is for. If you're looking for a quick fix or a magic pill, you think going to the gym once will solve a deeper issue, you're not ready to face your addiction head on, you shut down when someone's challenged your mindset, you're rather stuck than ask for help. So being an addict does not have to do with drugs. It could be your phone, porn, whatever is holding you back from reaching your full potential. Food addiction, sugar addiction, can be everything. This is for you if you're battled an addiction like weed, porn, phone use, or anything that's holding you back from achieving your full potential and feel it's like running your life. You know you're capable of more, but something keeps dragging you down. You want to rebuild both, body and mind, not just one of the other. You know it won't come easy and you are willing to put the effort. You know to reach your full potential and you know it's possible. You want to feel strong, focused and in control again and live your best life you can. You're ready to work with someone who gets it because he's been there too. So I won't promise overnight change, but I will walk with you the way every step by step. So what are you probably looking for? A clear, proven plan to break free from your addiction and rebuild your life. A coach who understands the mental war, not just the physical grind. A personal approach that meets you where you are. No one size fits all bullshit. Real support from someone who's been through the dark and came out stronger. Changeable growth, mentally and physically. A way to finally feel free and back in control again. To backtrack a little bit, who am I? My name is Ramon. I was born in Brazil. At just 4 months old, I was adopted by a lovely Dutch couple and brought to the Netherlands. When I was 2 years old, my father, who adopted me, he died in a car accident. You can imagine what the hell this was, especially for my mother, but also a massive trauma for a toddler of 2 years old. My mother was suddenly alone and raising a 2-year-old baby and also a 2-month-old baby, my little brother. Since then, I was always very restless. I was difficult to manage. I was full of energy and emotionally lost. Besides that, I was very lucky to grow up in a warm, supportive environment, but deep down I remained turbulent, strong-willed, impulsive and always searching. This is me when I was around 1 year old. In high school I started with smoking weed. In the beginning it was just occasionally, but it grew out to an addiction for at least 15 years. I smoked in the mornings before school, during lunch breaks, in the evening with friends, and I also drank a lot of alcohol in my younger years. But the smoking part developed as an addiction. But in the past 5 years I managed to turn my life around, and now I'm striving every day to be the best version I can be. At this point, I'm the most healthy and mentally that I ever had been. But I realized it's not as simple to going to the gym and laying down that joint. If it was that easy, you probably wouldn't be watching this video right now. I realized it was way more to it. I got rid of my addiction by using a system. I also have this history in healthcare. I knew I need to help others to get the best version of themselves. And yet I finished school. I became a Dutch boxing champion after just a 1.5 year of competing. I was winning on the outside, but inside I was silently losing. My addiction didn't stop me from reaching all my things, but it made everything just a little bit harder. So at one point I realized I have to combine my two passions. Sports were always my passion. Since I was 14, I had a gym membership, I trained with friends and copied scenes of Rocky Balboa. I also started boxing at 17 and I gave like everything. It was like a fuel for me. Meanwhile, I was still living with my parents. I worked in gyms. Besides, I also did the healthcare sector. And I did all this while I was still smoking weed. I told myself, as long as it doesn't mess with my training and with my health, it's okay. I'll be fine. But obviously, I was lying to myself. And after multiple attempts of quitting, I finally hit a point where I had enough. It took me 2 years, but I broke the cycle. I rebuilt my mindset and I ended a 15 years of addiction with no therapy, no therapist, just the system that I built. So I realized that no one in the online space was doing this. They giving as an easy meal plan or training schedule, and that's it. But that's not what you need to build the best version of yourself. So I started to build the You 2.0 system to help people become their best version, not only physically, but also mentally. And I think this is one of the most important parts. So people who stuck in addiction face always the same 3 challenges. They try to quit with willpower alone and fail, like I did a lot of times. They chase quick fixes without changing their identity. And they isolate themselves, thinking no one understands. But the root issue is much more deeper. They are avoiding who they could become. By clinging to old habits and temporary relief, they stay trapped in the same cycle, distracted and disconnected from their full potential. Real transformation doesn't come from trying harder. So this call can be fixed with a system, the You 2.0 system. So let me explain a little bit about the You 2.0 system. The You 2.0 system, we cut it down 4 different stages: awareness state, the structure, physical optimization, and excelling. So let me start with 1, awareness. What we're gonna do is to start to analyze what is holding you back. We are going to create a plan and we're gonna look for your weak spots. Then we're gonna work at your structure. What is your daily structure? We're going to build like new habits. We break old patterns and we execute the plan that we together gonna create. Then of course, every time, every month, weekly, we optimize. With physical optimization, we continue to build the foundation, going to identify what's needed. We customize your nutrition, check what do you like, what do you don't like, and I give you access to a space where you can track this nutrition and training schedules. And then during the last phase of this system, we will set a horizon, of course, like where do you want to go? We have to have a point that's ahead of us that we want to finish. So we're gonna check where do you want to be in this 6 or 12 months, and we're building towards the future you, so you can live your best life and reach and use your full potential, because you deserve this. So you're probably asking yourself the following: how do I finally break free without relapsing again? Why do I sabotage myself when things start going well? How do I get my energy and focus back when my mind feels foggy all the time? How can I rebuild my life without feeling overwhelmed and lost? And how can I stay consistent when motivation disappears? And probably the most pressing question: how do I become the version of myself that doesn't need the addiction anymore, so I can finally step into the life I know I'm capable of living? So these very important questions I will tell you, of course. If you wanna book a call with me or something else, slide in my DM and Andre Care and Coaching will take care of you. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you soon.